Yo, what's going on guys? I'm Scary here and welcome back to a brand new video, and we are finally at that point of the year where the Star Wars hype intensifies greatly. We've just had Star Wars Celebration and that was done a few weeks ago, so it's a little bit late, but I figured this would be a good time to bring Star Wars onto my channel as I've been wanting to for a long time. I've been waiting for the right moment and I believe this is the right moment. And to kick off Star Wars content on my channel, I am going to give you guys my top 10 Star Wars characters, non and canon. So these will be my top 10 characters from Legends, from the Expanding Universe, and from the canon series, of course. If you want me to do a top 10 list of my favourite non-canon characters, because I've only actually got about three, maybe only, I might only actually have two non-canon characters in my top 10 list now thinking about it, but I'm sure you guys will enjoy anyway. Another thing you will notice about this list as well is you can tell I was definitely born during the prequel saga as well, because most of my top 10 characters are all Force wielders, and I'll give you a rundown on why I pick these characters each time. But I've got like another video idea that I'm going to do about why the prequels are so important to my generation as opposed to the adult generation, why the original trilogy is like different, and why Rogue One worked for certain people, why it didn't work for others. Anyway, that's not a point. Getting into the top 10 list, we are going to start with number 10, and that is Ahsoka Tano. And the reason why I'm going with Ahsoka Tano is because I loved her in the Clone Wars. I watched her at first and I was like, oh god, she's going to be one of these like annoying Padawan learners. Oh dear, at least I've only got to go through the film with her. Got to the end of the film and I was like, you know what? I want to see more of Ahsoka. I like her. She's cool. I like her. I like the fact she got the double blades thing. She's clever. She's intelligent. She's got it all to her. And my phone's going off. And beautiful. But also in the series, like in the Clone Wars series, she's brilliant. Obviously, we kind of watch her journey progress, becoming a Jedi Knight. She's obviously a Padawan, and then we see how she has to leave the Order and pretty much become a Grey Jedi. Like, I guess she is pretty much a Grey Jedi after that point. Especially in Rebels, when she has completely different lightsabers and she's a proper Jedi. And she, she's trained. She trained herself being alone and everything. But I also liked her relationship with Anakin. I thought it was a really good combination to have. And I just think she's a really good character. She's a really good character. She's got the right enthusiasm. She's got the right, I like the fact that she's a, I can't remember the name of it. It will be down here somewhere. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, I just really like Ahsoka because I think she's just a really good character in general. Really good character. Anyway, moving on. Number 9, Darth Sidious. Now, Darth Sidious, this was quite a difficult one to choose. Because Emperor could have easily been a lot higher. He could have easily been really high. He could have been like top 5. But the reason why he's going here is mainly because there's so many characters I love. And a lot of these are kind of on par with each other. But the reason why I have Darth Sidious, or the Emperor, in my top 10 list is because I just think he is the reason why everything that happened in the main saga happened. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have Darth Vader, we wouldn't have the Clone Wars, we wouldn't have anything, we wouldn't have the Empire, we wouldn't have all that, which is obviously what us Star Wars fans love. We love seeing all those things, that's what we love about Star Wars. But he's just a really good character because he's developed. Well, he's not so much developed in the main film series, but he's definitely developed in the expanded. Like, for example, in the novelization of Darth Plagueis, we find out how Darth Plagueis trains Lord Sidious, or Chief Palpatine, and how he becomes a Sith Lord, and how he becomes super smart, political, he turns on Darth Plagueis, and just downright awesome. And what I love most about him is the fact that even though he's not a big lightsaber jeweler, he's still awesome with it. I mean, we saw what happened in Revenge of the Sith, where he killed three Jedis, oh god, my plural income, 3 Jedi in like 2 minutes, where it was. I mean, they were proper Jedi. Obviously, Mace Windu beat him, but, I may do another video on that, about my opinions on some of the Jedi in the Order. But, he's the most powerful Sith Lord ever. He manipulated not only the Senate, but the Jedi. Obviously, he is the Senate. Meme intended. But yeah, he was able to use his intellect, his ability, his power of the dark side was the reason why he became so successful. And he made the Jedi. He disguised himself from the Jedi. that's what made it just truly remarkable. And that's what makes him such an awesome character, because he's a really good bad guy. Really good bad guy. Really good. Number 9. Alright, number 8, we have, who do we have? So, my first non-canon character, Galen Marek, or Marek. I forgot if it's Malik or Marek. Malik. Anyway, whatever, Galen, we'll just go Galen. Oh, Starkiller, because that's his name. So, Starkiller is here in number 8 because, first of all, The Force Awakens was one of my favourite games growing up, and I bloody loved it. And he's a really good character. He's not the most, developed. He's developed, kind of, but it's kind of awkward when you look at the second one, where it's a clone, but it's not him, but he still has the same memories, but it's not him. It's really confusing. But anyway, the reason why he goes here is because he had the potential to be the most powerful Jedi quite easily. I mean, you know, he beat Vader, and he pretty much beat the Emperor in the games, and he's just a really good character. He's a really good character, and I just love using him. He has all these different abilities that you can use, and I love the games. I do love the Force Unleashed games. Second one is okay. I do love the first one though. I just remember playing it all the time, and it was just great. It was awesome. It was awesome just being able to collect all these different robes and all these different lightsaber colours and everything. I just loved it so much. Also, I do like the fact that he does the double lightsaber thing like Ahsoka. I do like that. So yeah, that's why Galen comes in number 8, because of how powerful he could have easily been. He had the potential to be the most powerful Jedi in existence, or Force user, just anything really. Anyway, moving on. Number 7, R2-D2. So my favourite droid in the entirety of Star Wars has got to be R2-D2, and the reason for that is because he's the kind of droid you want as your companion. You want him everywhere. He, literally, if it wasn't for R2-D2, some of the films wouldn't have even happened. He's the reason why in number 1, Anakin was able to get away. He's the reason number 2 why... You know, I can't remember number 2, but he's the reason number 3 why they were able to go up and down the elevator thing. So, you know, kind of almost killed Obi-Wan Anakin as well, but still. Number 4, it was him and 3PO that escaped from a pod, and he got that going. Number 5, he had a fight with Yoda. Yep, R2-D2 and Yoda. They fought. Wow. But there is a lot of theories that R2-D2 is actually a Force user, and that's why there's a theory that in The Force Awakens, the only reason why R2 woke up was because Luke had... I don't know, it was weird. I don't know, I didn't really understand that. I'm still a bit confused by that, of why I don't know if it's just a... I don't know. I don't know why R2 woke up in Force Awakens. But he's just a really cool guy. He's in all of them, and he's really good in just all the films in general. And R.I.P. Kenny Baker, he was awesome as R2-D2. But yeah, that's number 7. So, number 6. My other non-canon character goes to Darth Revan. And the reason why it goes to Darth Revan is because, first of all, Knights of the Old Republic is the best Star Wars game ever made. Not Knights of the Republic 2. Knights of the Old Republic 2. No Star Wars Battlefront 1, 2, or the new Star Wars Battlefront. None of those. Knights of the Old Republic, in my opinion. But yeah, can I just say, this list is my opinion. So don't judge me. Well, you can, but it's my opinion. So, yeah. Darth Revan is awesome. It's awesome that you get to play as him, and it's awesome that you get to decide whether he becomes a Jedi or a Sith. So as we know from Revan, he was actually a Jedi beforehand, with him and his apprentice Malik. Darth Malik. That's why I'm getting confused with, like, Galen Marek and stuff. But anyway, yeah, Darth Malik, yeah. His apprentice, Malik, or whatever his real name was. I can't remember what his real name actually is. But I remember with Revan, he was a leader. He was a general in the army against the Mandalorians, when it was Mandalorians versus... I don't know if it was the Jedi they were against. I think it was just the Republic in general. It was Republic versus the Mandalorians, and Darth Revan is the reason why they won the war against the Mandalorians. However, he became obsessed with power, and he felt that the Jedi were flawed. They felt that the Jedi way had many flaws in it, and he felt that the Jedi should be able to be more powerful than what they are. They could easily be that. Becoming power hungry, he then went to the dark side, but then he got turned on by his apprentice Darth Malik, and ended up losing his memory. And that's kind of where Knights of the Old Republic starts, with you playing as Revan, and you kind of journey, but you don't know you're Revan, but you know about Revan. Like, everyone thinks Revan's dead, but you are Revan. if that makes sense. But yeah, you are Revan, and you basically get to decide whether you go to the light or go to the dark, and that's what I love about it. And it's BioWare, so it's going to be a good game. Anyway, moving on. Number 5, Rey. And the reason why I've gone for Rey here is because I didn't feel like I had to have a Force Awakens character in this. Maybe. But I just think she's awesome. I'm glad that Star Wars are going down a female lead role. I think that's brilliant because she's awesome. I think Daisy Ridley's a really nice person as well. When I watch interviews and everything, she seems really down to earth and she seems like a lovable person, which is awesome. But she just shows Rey to be awesome. She's how the women are portrayed in Star Wars. I mean, you look at Padme, brave, a kick-ass, Leia, even better, and then you have Rey, who's a Jedi, for God's sake. We're gonna have a main female lead who's the Jedi, and that's just awesome to me. And no, I'm not gonna give any theory on who her parentage is. In fact, I have got another video coming out soon about my opinions on theories of the Star Wars sequel trilogy of 7, 8, and 9. I have got a few opinions to share there, but again, my opinion. So yeah, Rey's just awesome. Like, she can kick ass, she can use a blaster somehow, and she can use a lightsaber. Admittedly, I'm a little bit ticked off about the fact that she was able to beat Kylo. A little bit annoyed about that. I'm just going to put it down as Kylo being a bit arrogant. That's what I'm going to put it down to, because, come on, Rey shouldn't be beating Kylo. He shouldn't. She shouldn't. Just saying. But yeah, I put Rey here because she's a really good character. Daisy Ridley portrays her well, and she has good relationships with everyone. You know, everyone. Everyone likes Rey, pretty much. Anyway, moving on. Number 4. The hairy bastard Chewbacca. The Wookiee from Kashyyyk, who we see in for the first time in number 4, but in chronology, we see him for the first time in Revenge of the Sith as a general, which I found awesome. Now, this is one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to the Han Solo movie, is because I'm really looking forward to seeing that dynamic of how Han and Chewie started. Because for anyone who doesn't know, this is basically what happened. Chewie was a prisoner of the Empire, and he was just basically under their control at that point, until Han saved him, and that is why Chewbacca is his sidekick, because for a Wookiee, not sidekick, but a companion, and that is why a Wookiee, when they are saved, or something happens, it could be anything, they could be saved, it could be anything like that, they will give their undying legion to that person, basically. So basically Chewie was like Han's companion for life, but obviously now that Han Solo has died, unfortunately. But yeah, now Han Solo is dead, unfortunately, it means that Chewie doesn't actually have a side hoe, even though Chewie's kind of like the side hoe, so let's be honest here, yeah. But I should think it'll be him and Rey now. He'll be Rey's companion. I should think Han told Chewie, take care of her, sort of thing, blah, 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 blah. Because Rey is, liked by Chewie. See, everyone likes Rey, But Chewie's just awesome because he kicks ass, he's just an awesome friend, he's an awesome companion. Apparently he gives the best hugs, I guess, probably. He's big and fluffy, sure. He's like 8 foot tall, whatever he is, something like that. He's like super tall, because he's a Wookiee. Yeah, but also the fact that not only does he kick ass, but he has an awesome crossbow as well. Yeah, he's just awesome. Number 3, Luke Skywalker. And the reason why Luke goes here is because he is just the best. He really is. He's pretty much a grey Jedi, and that's kind of where I'm hoping they're going to go with Luke in 8 and 9. I really hope he's going to be a grey Jedi, because obviously in the end of number 6, he was pretty much fully light side Jedi. We've shown hints of dark side, but he was fully light by the end of it. Whereas we saw in the trailer how Luke, he says about the Jedi having to die, and he has all those books and everything that are all spotlighted. In my opinion, this is my opinion here, I think that what happens is the light. He's trying to bring the light and the dark together to create the way Jedi should be, the way the Force should be. There shouldn't be a light, there shouldn't be a dark, there should just be the serenity in the middle, this grey area, grey Jedi. But what I love about Luke is that not only he seems like an awesome friend, but he loves his family. He also in Legends, and I'm hoping in the film series as well, he becomes the most powerful Jedi in existence. More powerful than Master Yoda, more powerful than Mace Windu, more powerful than Anakin, though it is argued that if Anakin never had to if Anakin never got hurt and didn't have to become Darth Vader, then, as in suited Darth Vader, not Darth Vader, suited up, he would have been the most powerful. But in my opinion, I think Luke would have still been more powerful because the genes would have continued on. And that's why I think if Rey, because generally speaking, you know, the Star Wars films are based off the Skywalkers, let's say for a second Rey is a Skywalker, she would also probably become more powerful than Luke, and that's why she was able to beat Kylo just by using the Force around her. That's, again, going to be one of my excuses for why she beat Kylo, because I'm a bit annoyed about that still. But basically, Luke's just awesome. Like, he can, like, hold 100 lightsabers at once in Legend, or something. Like, use a Force, and, like, just sits there, just, like, 100 lightsabers, and just fling them. Fling. Yeah. Number 2, the ultimate Sith Lord, Darth Vader. Darth Vader. Wow. What a man. Started off as Anakin Skywalker on the planet of Tatooine. Qui-Gon Jinn brought him in. He turned to the dark side. He became Darth Vader, basically. That's what happened. Now, in my opinion, the reason why Darth Vader gets number 2 is because he's just, again, another badass, another awesome kick-ass guy. And also, he's the most developed character. He is such a developed character. Like, we see the originals and we think, okay, yeah, he's just, you know, a bad guy sort of thing. And then you watch the prequels and you realise why he turns to who he does. And we know that Vader lives with regrets for his whole life. Because in number 6, when Luke says, you know, turn to the light side again, you know, they're still good at you. You know, Vader goes, it's too late for me, son. Which means, you know, he knows what he's doing is wrong, but he has no choice. He has no choice because, you know, the Emperor has him in control. But what also makes him more badass is that he has Force abilities like no other. He can do things that are just awesome. And he's so powerful. Also is the fact that he is constantly in pain and constantly being tortured mentally and physically. The Emperor made the suit to be painful to Vader. Because hatred fuels your power if you're on the dark side. You know, use hatred as your advantage, and that's what causes you to be more powerful on the dark side. You embrace the hate, basically. And the suit was made so he would constantly feel pain, so he would constantly feel hatred, but he was also feeling mental pain. He's incredibly depressed, Darth Vader. Not only was his mother dead, Padme was dead, I think he'd even been quite depressed by Obi-Wan dying. I think, looking back on it, he would have realised how bad that was. And then, you know, but realising he had a son, Ahsoka couldn't turn him back to the light side in Rebels, but Luke could, and that's because, you know, that whole family thing, there was still a part of Anakin left out there. But at first he probably thought he doesn't want that, because the whole point of Vader was to get rid of everything to do with Anakin. But he sees Luke and he realises, oh yeah, you know, I want him to do well. I want him to survive, sort of thing. Proper daddy powers activate right there. Damn right. But also the comics, the Darth Vader comics are some of the best comics I've ever read. If not, it's my favourite ongoing series, the Darth Vader comics, and I just love it so much. I haven't caught up with it completely yet, but just watching his adventures are awesome. And that also comes on to another video idea I have got about why they should make a Darth Vader movie. And that'll come in another video another time. So yeah. Number 1. My favourite character in the entire Star Wars saga is ObiWan Kenobi. Hell yeah, Obi-Wan. And the reason why Obi-Wan's the best is because he just is the best. Not only is Ewan McGregor awesome, not only is Sir Alec Guinness awesome, but Obi-Wan's awesome. He's just awesome, man. Like, the way, you know, he can fight in different forms. He is the high ground. You know, screw the Senate, he's the high ground, you know. So, you know, you can't beat Obi-Wan. He's a master. He could have easily been more powerful than Yoda, and I feel like to a certain extent he probably was more powerful than Yoda. He understood the Jedi way better than anyone, but he also understood when the Jedi were wrong. I feel like when he became a Grey Jedi after having to leave after Order 66, I feel like at that point he kind of realized that the Jedi way was kind of screwy, which is why he told Luke basically to kill his own father, which is not the Jedi way. But Obi-Wan is just also, he's a friend, a teacher, a father figure to Anakin, especially. And, you know, like I said, about the different forms he was able to do. He was wise, incredibly wise, even though he was very rebellious and a bit too outgoing at a young age, and because I know about that, Qui-Gon was a bit unsure about training him, but which is why Obi-Wan was quite unsure about training Anakin, but eventually he did, and that's how that happened. But, you know, Ewan McGregor just portrays Obi-Wan so well, and I just love it. I just love it so much. So there you go, guys, that's my top 10 list. I know it wasn't the greatest quality video because I haven't really got all my knowledge for this video. I just really wanted to get this out there as a kind of starter to what I want to say about Star Wars. But for now, when I do Star Wars videos, I will have kind of more scripted stuff. I will have a script about what I'm going to say and, you know, why I'll say what I say. I'll explain myself better. It was just, I wanted to have this video because I just wanted to express who my favourite characters are, and I just wanted to have this sort of ongoing conversation. Some characters I could have gone even more in depth in. Some characters I probably went a bit too in depth in, but yeah, that's what you do. I'd also like to give a few honourable mentions to some other favourite characters, including Han Solo, because, you know, I just think a lot of people, actually, I just think a lot of people are quite surprised, but I didn't actually put Han Solo in this list, but, you know, that's what happens, unfortunately. Han Solo is a massive honourable mention, as is Princess Leia, Mace Windu, and Yoda. Those are my kind of like other 4 favourite character type things. And also Darth Bane, because if it wasn't for Darth Bane, we wouldn't have kind of the Sith way that we do now about a rule of 2 and everything. So yeah. So anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please smash the like button below, and I will see you next time. Take it easy.